Hello everybody, Shiny Owl here, and today I would like to talk about something I haven't really done yet, that being going over a specific character, and today I'll be talking about this piece of named Regulus Corneus, the witch cult archbishop representing greed, and I hate him, but that's exactly what's great about him. His conniving personality, the way he's a straight up hypocrite in the best way possible, and
have I mentioned how irritating that ability is?
All of which make Regulus Corneus one of my favorite villains of all time, as he is truly despicable. Now, one of the most impressive things about Regulus is his pride, and just overall arrogance that he always has, as he always presents himself like he's the victim, that you are in the wrong, and that you should pay for that offense. And it's perfect. In addition, the way he carries himself is also fantastic, as he strides and constantly tries to make himself look big, and what makes him truly intimidating with his claims and confidence are the fact that they aren't unfounded, as he has killed hundreds, and he has the strength to prove it, as he can effectively shotgun pieces of debris at will, turning them into a piercing weapon, along with being able to manipulate water, as he quite literally just picks it up and then drops it down as rain bullets, which is probably the best way to describe it. I mean, just look at this. This intimidation has always been with him, as in his introduction, he defeats both Rem and Crush, two of the strongest characters we had met up to that point, along with when he first runs into Subaru, of how he already reeks of arrogance. Now, another notable thing about how he carries himself is that even though he can do all this, and has done it in the past, he has one crucial flaw, that being how he can only do it against those who are weak. Against Subaru in particular, who doesn't have the power to fight back. Meanwhile, he's forced to sideline Reinhardt and can't effectively catch Amelia, which retroactively lets him fall into the trap Subaru set for him. His own arrogance of how he is, and the fact he sees Subaru as nothing but a vermin who is standing in his way, are his very undoing. As it's not just his arrogance that's his undoing, but it's also his
184番、79番に着替えよう。君たちと同じ立場になる子だ。仲良く面倒を見てあげるんだよ。
wives. You see, our arrogant prick here, Regulus, has himself a collection of wives, and collection is the perfect term to describe it, as Regulus doesn't truly care for any of them. He claims to, but in practice, that really only serves him an additional sympathy card for him to play, show once again how he's the victim in all of it. But his wives are his undoing, as they all hate him, and for good reason. You know those hundreds of people I mentioned that he killed? Well, all of them were people that knew his wives, as that's one of the three big things involving them, is the slaughter of all of those who knew them. This power he holds is only used on those weaker than him, civilians who can't truly even hope to combat him, almost as if he wants to be the only one who can remember his wife's faces, or who they were. It's dehumanizing to them, and it's truly a violation of their rights. The second big thing Regulus does to dehumanize his wives is the association to numbers that they all have, as he doesn't care about their names, or even who they truly are. He only cares about how they look, and this confrontation is the beginning of his end. When Amelia asks him the name of his wives, he responds quite simple, with this line.
あなたはどうして奥さんたちを番号で呼ぶの?
呼び方にこだわるのかい？それって物事の外面にこだわるのと同じで、いかにも上っ面な関係性だよ。
This right here is the clearest example of just how hypocritical Regulus can be. He practically admits that what he's doing is purely superficial, as the only interest he has in any of his wives is strictly how they look, to the point where none of them are allowed to express any emotion, as that would ruin the way they look. Or as he puts it,
普通にしてたら可愛いし綺麗なのに笑うとブスになる子っているじゃない。 僕あれが許せないんだよね。
This control over his wives is a clear, unadulterated example of his blatant hypocrisy, as he once again violates their rights, as he restricts them to being nothing but cute faces for him to look at, which not only violates their rights, but the rights of marriage as well. It's like I've stated, these are Regulus's wives, not his girlfriends or indentured servants, but his wives. One of the key things a part of any wedding ceremony is the promise to stick by each other, in sickness and in health. But Regulus clearly doesn't understand this at all, as his weddings don't have any vows or promises. The only thing he has is effectively ownership. The sickness and health part is also again violated by Regulus, as he sure knows how to stick by someone, as when Sylphie makes one mistake. Actually, let's play a little game. I'm going to show you a snippet, and you're going to guess what Regulus does.
気づかなかったのは僕の不手際でもあるけど、一番そばにいてあげた誰かが気づくべきだったと、そんな風に。
Does Regulus A. say, it's alright, just be more careful next time? B. say how she needs to be more careful as he cares about Amelia more than her? Or C. he shotguns a rock at her that nearly kills her? Leave your guesses now. Yeah, it's C. Instead of lightly scolding her, he effectively tries to kill her, and if not for Amelia being there, she truly would have died. Taking the life of someone you're supposed to be in love with for a minor mistake is truly a violation of not only Sylphie's rights, but the rights of a wedding as well. But the right violations don't stop there, as just like a Chinese factory, we have one more right violation to address, that being the right to one's heart.
もしかしてどうしましたか？ちょっと確かめたいことがあるんだけど、シルフィーの力を借りてもいい？もちろんです。じゃあちょっとごめんね。ひどい。
Regulus Cornelius, like all archbishops, has an authority, as he can effectively stop his body anytime he's about to take damage, letting him stay intact from all forms of damage. This ability is known as Lionheart, and it's our last violation regarding his wives, as anyone he selects to be his wife is unwillingly added to his Lionheart, where he quite literally attaches his heart to them, violating their very bodies as his heart grows like a tumor off of theirs, which is how he's able to stop his body, as when he pauses time for himself, they keep breathing, supplying him with airflow, allowing his... Okay, I'll stop this joke, but it allows him to be fucking invincible! Directly making his greed fuel for him, as the more wives he has, the longer he can theoretically live. And the unwilling part of it is the icing on the cake, as it's anyone he chooses to be his wife, even if they haven't undergone the inauguration, as Amelia is inflicted with his Lionheart, which Regulus views as his trump card. After all, Subaru won't kill the one he loves. He doesn't have the nerve to. He thinks he's finally won, that his greedy resourcefulness has come to fruition, but it doesn't, as Subaru, now knowing his weakness, exploits it to full effect, remembering how the unseen hand can affect one's heart, as it has affected him, for the multiple times Stella, quite literally, has touched his heart. This lets Subaru use it to rip Lionheart out of Amelia and squash it like the bug that it is. Then, in what was Regulus' moment of triumph, Subaru points something out to him.
今の茶番とか三文芝居の説明をしろよ。
お前気づいてないのか。ああ、足元濡れてるぞ。
お前ら。
This is Regulus' downfall, as his greed catches up to him, as Amelia lets him have it, literally giving him the JoJo's treatment before he completely breaks. He needs to be the victim, so in one last-ditch effort, he challenges Subaru to a duel, a truly greedy attempt to extend his own life once more. Subaru, upon hearing this, thinks upon it, before...
レグルス、お前との一騎打ち受けてやってもいいぜ。そうだな、騎士が戦うのが道理だ。だからまたになっちまうが。 最後は任せる。分かったよ。
He may be temporarily invincible, but that means nothing, as he's submerged underwater. And in his last moments, he tries once again to play the victim, as he claims how everyone is just constantly laughing at him. how it's unfair, unfair, and unfair, over and over and over again, as he continues to abuse his power as well, all just to hang on that much longer before his time runs out. All in all, Regulus Corneus is a truly miserable man, one so pathetic that he claims he is being violated, that his rights were infringed, that he deserves everything he has. And you know what? He does deserve everything he has. And that includes the fate he was dealt, as his greed consumed him, leading him to this fate. Regulus Corneus is a fantastic villain, as his intimidation, personality, and general vibe make him one of my favorite villains of all time, as he is the definition of an asshole you love to hate. Thank you all so much for watching. This was an idea that had been in my head ever since Season 3, Episode 12 came out, and I hope you all enjoyed. And I promise I'm not becoming a zero YouTuber, I'm just really passionate about parts of it. So that might, leak out a little bit. But until next time, peace.